Hey, welcome guys, welcome to this under investigation video. So today we're looking at protest number 19. We are at Fuji Speedway, and this was round 2 of the season 3 of 2023, and we are at the end of lap 1. So if, I don't know if I already mentioned it, but that's the GT3 fixed series. So we're going to take a look at the incident. I think it is a matter of car contact. So we have a pretty good battle here. Pretty tight. Okay. Let's take a look at the car in front here. So I believe we have, so it's more of a car contact and corner rights issue. Okay, so let's break it down. So first we want to make sure that there's actual contact. Between the cars. The reason for that is sometimes netcode is involved, and we sometimes when there is netcode, it is pretty hard to know if there would have been let's say a real contact in the real world. That's what we're trying to do here. And I believe there is one. I mean, going super slow-mo there. Yeah, so minor contact, but you know, as it is pretty obvious here, having the car turning, and especially with that T1 corner is diving a little bit, so it's going a bit downwards. It will shift all the weight to the front left tire, so, and the right rear will be very light. So a little tap there would would cause exactly what we are seeing right now. So there's contact. Most of the time, the car at the back would be responsible for that, unless for something illegal done by the car in front, which would be, let's say, moving under braking or blocking or something like that. So doing something very unexpected. I don't see anything here that would make me believe that there's any blocking or of some sort. There is, so braking mostly in a straight line. There's a car to the left, so kind of threading the needle here. The Ferrari is in the middle and try to make the corner. The apex is somewhere where my mouse is right now. So the second thing we want to take a look at, so there's definite contact. Second thing is corner rights. So corner rights in PRL are defined by the car, so are defined in the with the following. So the car at the back, to claim a corner, or to say, let's say, you got to leave space when there's sufficient overlap. And sufficient overlap at PRL is defined by the car at the back having his front tire, so his front tire leveled with the rear tires of the car in front at the turning point, which is very important. So in this case, we have the Ferrari going straight. So I think we're going to be going in the cockpit. And yeah, I think we have already some kind of wheel movement. Yeah, so about there. I mean, sometimes we get a little bit movement from the braking just to sliding a little bit, so you have to control the car. But I believe here we have, yeah, a definite steering input moving toward the inside or the corner, so that would be the turn and moment. Then what we want to determine here is, was there sufficient overlap? So yeah, the camera thingy doesn't help me. Well, let's go on the other side. Let's say a more perpendicular we can have. So it's not quite there, I would say. It's the front bumper. So there's definitely an overlap, but according to our rules, it's not considered enough to claim the corner. But throughout, you know, the other part of the corner, which is about there, then we have sufficient overlap. So later on the corner, but there's little space, I mean. Clips the back. All right, so this, I mean, I have pretty much covered all the angles. Going 3 wide for a corner, well, it's not fully 3 wide. But yeah, I believe the car on the back was not fully alongside to claim the corner. Unfortunately, the car in front kind of paid the price. So of course, sufficient overlap is hard to know when you're there or not. So what would have been, let's say, a good outcome for this corner? So I noticed that the car to the right, I think he brakes a little bit earlier than the others. And that's good. I mean, sometimes to be safe, but if you want to claim the corner, then you got to be in front, right? So yeah, we are already braking a couple of frames. Whoops, sorry about that. Let's go again. Yeah, so it's not, you know, it's not the fault of the driver to brake earlier, but it is earlier than his competitors, and braking longer, probably softer. But in here, do we have something like an overlap? It could be interesting. Yeah, not quite. So for this driver, it would have been good to, let's say, brake a little bit later, or to keep more speed, to really make sure that the other drivers in front, so you were, you know, in front enough so that the other driver sees you to claim the corner, and therefore so the car in front, so the Ferrari in this case, would have been forced to leave you enough space. But in this situation, at least from what I see, is the overlap wasn't enough, and therefore the Porsche in this case seems at fault. Even though if there is fault, it doesn't mean that there will be penalty. That's the stewards group to decide. But this one is pretty much broken down into multiple things. So thanks for watching. Hope this kind of video helps you guys. And hope to see you on the track. Goodbye.